I'm going to go inside because I want to talk to you about this topic, and it's something that's been going through my mind the last few sort of days. I've been thinking about particularly a lot of you young fellas in today and how the world is for you, and quite frankly I don't know how the hell you're going to make it into your being a man, because there's so much stuff against you guys today. Modern technology, one of these bloody things, everything's on it. You don't even learn how to form a relationship with a girl properly, because what happens? You're 13, 14 years of age, you get horny, you think sex, because every man does. You go on this, you go to some pornographic site, look up the prettiest, most beautiful woman you can find, watch that, give yourself a bit of self-satisfaction, which lasts about a minute, maybe less, and then you don't even try to do anything in the way of creating a relationship with a real girl. You know, in Russia today, there's places where they've completely got a blanket ban on pornography, because they're finding that a lot of young men aren't having relationships with women and aren't, you know, getting with women and then having babies, and the population's going down because of pornography. That's just one of many things. Also, this brave new world that you young blokes are growing up today is so different to how it was when I was a kid. I mean, you are being persecuted almost for being manly. And men have been made almost to feel like they should be ashamed of being men, of having manly feelings. The hunting and the fishing, which is a part of how we've evolved, has disappeared so much. I'll give you an example. Excuse me. In Japan, they now have to employ people to go out and hunt the wild boar, the wild pig. It used to be something hunting with kishu dog, which was a natural thing they had done for not hundreds but thousands of years, but they're finding that the last sort of 100 years it's becoming uncool because, you know, again, education. So the pig population is going up so much in places they actually pay people to go and hunt, whereas before, you know, people would be fighting over which hunting block. New Zealand's behind. We're still like, everybody wants to hunt, but in another 100 years we'll be like Japan, no doubt, because we're being persecuted as men for doing these manly things. Now, trophy hunters have got a little bit to answer for there. I'm not against trophy hunters, but, you know, the guy that's killed the giraffe or the lion, not for meat, even though there's a lot more behind that than we ever see. It could be sustaining a village, it could be sustaining I won't get into the logistics of that because that's another thing, but they have made the world sort of hate hunters as a whole. And don't be confused with trophy hunters and meat hunters. And I'm not just using hunting as a thing here for being a young man. But today, being a young man in this world, I think it's going to be bloody tough. So you've got modern technology, you've got this bloody thing here making it difficult. You've also got this unreal expectation that you're going to succeed, giving you a feel of entitlement that you will, and then when you don't, you're depressed, you're down, you're struggling. We have in New Zealand 2.5 men to every 1 woman suicide rate, so it's like that. The men are up here. So 2.5 men to every 1 are taking their own lives. Last year we had a record high of June 30th. Last year we had, it was 670 something suicides in New Zealand. In Australia it's 6 suicides a day. It's right up there. Men are not adjusting to this brave new world. They're struggling. Things like anxiety, which never used to have, and depression, never used to have, are up there. Are now things we talk about. Things we accept. It's the norm almost. Oh, he's suffering anxiety. Oh, he's depressed. You know, if you're struggling to live and you're having to go out and fight other villagers or hunt to get your meat, you don't have time to be anxious or time to be depressed. You're just trying to survive. So now you've got time to sit around and go, oh man, the woman, she doesn't love me anymore, she doesn't need me because she's going off and working and sustaining herself and she doesn't even need me. I can't even provide for her, she's providing for herself. I've got no problem with equality in the workforce, but men have generally been the main providers and the women have stayed home and looked after the children. Now women are going out asserting themselves because they can, and that's a good thing, but men are struggling with that and they're not putting it in the right place. So men, it's your bloody responsibility to keep yourself functioning well. Keep yourself good when you're feeling shit about her running off, coping by herself without you and creating her own life. It's your responsibility to go, okay, I'm a man, I can make this work. I've got resources, I've got ways. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself if you get down about it. You know, be manly about the things that come along that trip you up. Don't do the old poor me and feel sorry for yourself, because that's not going to help you and it's not going to help the world, and you're going to waste what valuable life you have left. Part of being a man is being honest. It's owning your own shit, talking about the things you and accepting the things you're not good at, and not trying to paint yourself something you're not. And when you do get with a woman and you finally got through that honeymoon stage and you've shagged yourself senseless, I'm not saying spill all your guts at once, but be honest about your shortcomings. We've all got shortcomings, If you don't, if you paint yourself to be something you're not, sooner or later the cracks will show, she'll find out and she'll bugger off. Better to get that over and done with earlier on in the piece. Also, being a man, work hard, but also work smart. Be clever about the way you work. And make sure you do your share of work. Otherwise someone else is going to carry your load, and that's uncool. That's not manly. So make sure that you clean up your own mess. You make your own bed. You pick up your clothes off the floor. Don't leave it for somebody else. Otherwise that makes you a lazy bastard. And that's a very unmanly thing to be. If you have anger, if you have fury, if you have frustration, as all us men do at some stage, make sure you channel it in the right way. Don't take it out on someone you love. Go out to the bush and hunt, or go fishing, or get into the boxing ring and do some boxing, or do some martial arts. Do something to release that energy. Be in touch with your manly energy, and revel in being a man. Grow a big fuck off beard if you want to. Don't be afraid to be what you are. You're a male. Enjoy being a man. It's a great thing to be a man. It's an awesome thing to be a man. Don't feel guilty for being a man. And don't let the world ever make you feel guilty for being a man. Whatever you see in the media, or ever you hear at school, or ever people tell you. It's okay to open that door for that lady. Or that bloke for that matter. It's okay to give up your seat for someone who's not as strong as you. And it's also okay to give up your seat to anybody, woman or man. Be courteous, and be kind, and be empathetic, and be caring. That's a manly thing to do. It's not just the woman's part to nurture, it's also a manly thing to do. And be in contact with your emotions. I want to talk about emotions for a little bit, because everybody thinks us men don't have emotions. Bullshit. Well, not everybody, but we've been painted, to be sort of macho and tough, and that, there's always in the movies the guy that said nothing and was just, quiet, man a few words and showed little emotion. He was the manly one. That's a crock of shit. We are all made up of emotions. If we don't control our emotions, they will control you. I'll share something with you about my emotions. I've always, since I can remember, since they came out, I've always wanted the 70 series Land Cruiser. I love the shape of it. I love the functionality of it. I love its aesthetics. I love everything about it. I love the V8. But it's only an emotional thing. I don't need that truck. I dream about that truck, and I look at them and I look at other people with envy, but that is just an emotion. I try to justify it with practical things and applications to it, but realistically, it's still just an emotion. I'm going to love you and leave you. Good luck with being a man. Be good. If you can't be good, be careful. See you later.